everyone, I'm Josh, this is Alex, we are the target audience. Content is made for everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us, and hopefully for you as well. Today we are watching the newest installment of the Disney Plus series, the Book of Boba Fett. I've been liking the show more and more. What about you, Alex?
I love this show. Like a roller coaster, as it should. Every TV show shouldn't just be woo, some ups and downs, and it's like every episode shouldn't be a season finale. So season 3 was my dip. Episode 3 was my dip, but now we're seem to be coming up on the uprise, and with that cliffhanger of bringing back Din Djarin, Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian, in this, I'm super excited about, and it's also funny to think about because in his own show in season 2, like people are afraid he's getting outshadowed. Like, you're bringing in all these big names, Boba himself, Ahsoka Tano, Luke. And now it's nice to see people excited to see him cameo in a show where he was just created like 2 years ago. Yeah. And now he's like, people are like, oh shit, it's him. So it's nice to see him get some love because also people are afraid of Baby Yoda, Grogu shadowing him. But I think he's done a lot of growth on his own where he's like a pretty cool character.
Well, if we are having some cameos, some other characters in the episode, we got plenty of time, that's for sure. So we're going to jump into it. But first, if this is your first time here, in addition to the Book of Boba Fett, we're also currently watching Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 1. We're watching Peacemaker on HBO Max. We react to movie trailers, review movies, so subscribe if you haven't so you can be part of the target audience. We just hit that 100 subscriber mark, so thank you to everybody who has been along with us thus far, and we're very excited to continue here in this new year. Alex, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I have plenty of credits. What I'm short on is muscle.
Credits can buy muscle, if you know where to look.
I think in that book I was reading, it's Legends, which means it's not canon, but it was saying like Boba's done so many jobs where it's like he has enough money in the bank. So it's nice that that translates over to Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense if he spent a long time being a bounty hunter and doesn't really buy anything. Interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen a meat factory in Star Wars before. That's interesting. Especially with, like, Earth-looking tiles on the... Yeah, this is really weird.
Makes you wonder what species is the meat. Oh, just like that.
I guess he's gone back to work. I was afraid they were going to do, like, he was going to show up at the very end and then cut the credits, but nope.
No blurry cell phone picture here.
You look lost.
I'm here for Kaba Baez.
Well, if I see him, I'll let him know.
I see him right now. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Oh, shit! Fuck yeah! I totally forgot he had the Darksaber. Oh my god. Ooh! The tie-in of his music. Oh, I love it. Is that a Halo ring? I haven't seen anything like this in Star Wars. It's a live-action Halo ring. Someone's gonna comment, well, actually, there was this comic in 20... Sorry, I missed it.
I'd put that on ice if I were you.
Better head to the back of the tank, pal. Because, Mandalorians are experts in weapons, but, it's not like they have lightsaber training, so they show that he's still learning to use it. Like, how does the gravity vacuum work?
Oh, we might find out.
I'm hoping this time the show doesn't tell me. She's back, the armorer.
What weapon caused such a wound?
Oh, it was the base?
Oh, I was right.
Nice.
See? Nice little, I'm gonna see if they'll take me on as a writer. That sounds very strange.
I have the same ideas as your writers. It sounds like we don't really need you then.
Yeah, exactly.
Songs of eons past foretold of the mythosaur rising up to herald a new age of Mandalore. Sadly, it only exists in legends.
I wonder if that's If that's a meta comment.
Mandalorian steel is meant for armor, not weapons.
Oh no.
Then forge it into armor.
The dark saber is a more noble weapon for you to wield.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I thought she was going to keep both. I'm like, come on. He earned it.
Have you ever heard of Bo-Katan Kryze?
Bo-Katan is a cautionary tale. She once laid claim to rule Mandalore based purely on blood and the sword you now possess. But it was gifted to her and not won by creed. Bo-Katan Kryze was born of a mighty house, but they lost sight of the way. Her rule ended in tragedy. They lost their way, and we lost our world. Had our sect not been cloistered on the moon of Concordia, we would have not survived the Great Purge. Born of Mandalore strayed away from the path.
I don't think you've seen it yet in Clone Wars, but Mandalore was like one of the coolest looking planets, and it sucks that we're probably not going to see it in live action.
What shall I forge?
Something for a foundling, Grogu. I want to see him. Make sure he's safe.
What shall I forge for the foundling, Grogu? You are fighting against the blade. You should be fighting against your opponent.
Darth Maul used that same lightsaber.
In someone else's hands.
No! Trial by combat.
And now I will win it from you.
This guy's a tank.
There you go.
Ooh. Ooh.
Fate has brought this blade back to my clan.
It is done. Din Djarin, have you ever removed your helmet? By creed, you must vow.
Oh, shit.
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more. One may only be redeemed in the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore.
But the mines have all been destroyed.
This is the way.
She's like, that's not really my problem.
Like, listen, lady, there's only like 5 of us left.
Yeah. That looks awesome.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't board a commercial flight with your weapons.
Even in Star Wars, airport security is a pain in the ass. Aw. I love that they call it a commercial flight. Like, just the fact that that exists.
I was about to say, I love Mando. I love it, but it's like, it's Boba's show too. Oh, fuck! Jedi Fallen Order droid. No!
Hey, look, everyone, it's Mando!
That's a Naboo ship.
For a Razor Crest.
I don't have time for this.
Look, at least let me put her together before you decide. You give me that? There you go. Oh, that's okay. I'm working on me right now. Just go find the parts.
What is happening? This is not Boba Fett.
Thanks, little guy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, it's so cool to see him in live action. His name's Boba Fett. You ever hear of him? Yes. Wait a second. What show is this?
You know, he just goes, no.
No. Roll credits.
Yeah. And when the
Next episode.
when the credits roll, it says Mandalorian. The show changed.
Damn. Yeah, like he lived in his old ship, so it's like, what's he gonna do? He can't sleep or do anything in this one. Even another Phantom Menace throwback, some pod racing.
Let's see what she's got.
that's cool.
Oh, shit. Are we gonna see Big Dave?
You're not allowed to fly that fast next to a commercial ship.
You're also operating without a beacon. Your engine model doesn't match your power drive.
We just built her.
I was taking her up for a test flight.
Relinquish your flight controls for remote control access.
Hold on a second there, Lieutenant.
Your voice is mighty familiar. Did you used to fly a Razor Crest?
I'm just connecting some dots here.
Oh my god.
You mind answering a few questions?
Are we reporting this?
You want to go back to base and fill out reports all day?
How was it?
Wizard.
Oh, by the way, an old friend of yours dropped
There
by,
we go.
said she was looking for you.
A friend of mine?
Don't worry.
She tell you her name?
Fennec Shan. By any chance, are you looking for work?
Might could be.
Pay is good.
Tell him it's on the house. I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
No. Or they're gonna go credits. Shit! Damn it! Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard, not bad. This was weird, man. I mean, it was great to see Mando again, but it felt like we just jumped back into his show. And all of his character stuff was great, not being a Mandalorian anymore, sacrificing the spear for a gift to Grogu. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. And, like, the tease at the end was like, oh, my God, are we going to see Luke and Grogu, again? It's like, no, they're not. They're not going to do that. But overall, yeah, I thought it was fine. But what are we missing on Tatooine? The Power Rangers? I mean, they're obviously setting everything up for the big fight at the end. So, I don't know. How about you?
Yeah, so I, first of all, as you said when the credits hit, Bryce Dallas Howard directed the episode, which is really interesting. Good for her. Nothing wrong with the direction. I thought it looked really cool. But definitely my least favorite episode. For anyone that is new here for whatever reason, so I did not. I've seen parts of The Mandalorian. I have not seen the whole thing. Alex obviously has. And you know, as a casual Star Wars fan, I don't think that the show owes me any sympathy for not watching Mandalorian. You know what I mean? Like, that's my fault that I didn't watch it, but it is a little bit tough to watch this show and then basically just be dumped into an episode of The Mandalorian when I haven't seen the show, right? So it was really cool, and I liked a lot of the scenes, but when it came to any of the dialogue stuff, you know, I find myself just completely lost, which, again, is not the show's fault necessarily, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have not seen The Mandalorian that are watching this show. It's not the majority of people, but there's a group, and I'm sure this episode will not appeal to them very much because of that. But the character itself I really liked, and I really liked the things that happened in the episode.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. But although I liked it, you know, there were times where like, they're setting up this entire ship where it's like, okay, I'd like to see what Boba's up to. I don't like the idea they're just going to make him wait until like a fight at the end and not have another storyline going on. But I don't know. It's a really interesting choice, a bold choice, I have to say.
Yeah, that was gonna be the next thing I brought up was like let's take Mandalorian out of it, right? Like the fact that it's basically a different show for this episode. Even if you take that out of it and this was an episode with Boba Fett, I still would have been bored by 15 minutes of putting a ship together. You know what I mean? So. I already know The Mandalorian's a good show, just like from you and what I've heard about it, but let's say I didn't, and this was my first time seeing it, this episode did not entice me to go watch The Mandalorian. You know what I mean? Like, is going and watching The Mandalorian going to be episodes of this? Because if that's the case, that seems pretty boring, you know, overall. But I'm not trying to judge it too harshly or anything. It was still just, you know, just a fine episode. I think I've just been liking the show so much that to take this sidetrack for a whole episode and do something that's not wholly interesting to me, you know, it was a little bit tough. But my favorite part, though, was the part where he was with the other Mandalorians on that, like, platform, and they were having the combat and everything for the Darksaber. All that stuff was really cool, but then after that, I don't know. I'm ready to get back to the main story next week.
Yeah, I always appreciate making a choice. It's better than, you know, just not making one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say on this one.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, in addition to the Book of Boba Fett, we're also watching Peacemaker. So that episode will be coming out, and we'll be having that video up on the channel very soon. So subscribe if you haven't, so you can be part of the target audience and watch all the shows and movies and everything we talk about here on the channel along with us.
Absolutely. That'll do it for us on this one. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience where content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Thanks for coming along on this ride, on this modded Naboo cruiser, and we'll see you on the next one.